This is the life of Kate. Kate works for a company in an office. The company she works for is called the Dagny Company. It is her job to write stories for a magazine called The Blue Dragon, one of the many magazines owned by the company. Kate writes all sorts of stories about dragons, gnomes, elves, aliens, fairies, robots, and about anything else that would pop into her mind. This is what Kate did for almost every day of her life. But that didn't really matter to her. But then, one day, everything went wrong. Apparently, the sales of the Blue Dragon had been declining over the last few years, and when the Dagny Company stopped gaining profits over the last few months, they simply decided to get rid of it. The Dagny Company decided that it was time to focus on a different part of the market anyway, like selling lawnmowers and producing fitness equipment. Kate, however, wasn't fired from her job. Instead, they gave her a new task. This new task entailed planning meetings for her superiors. Everything else, her working place, working hours and payment remained the same. Kate, who didn't really have an option, had to accept. But after a few weeks, she started to ask herself a question. Why? Why was she doing this? It wasn't even meaningful, was it? No, it was useless. She wasn't helping anyone this way, not a single human being, because what she was doing was meaningless. Kate's life was meaningless. It was absurd. But Kate couldn't believe it. Was her life truly meaningless? No, of course not, because it simply wasn't possible. Or was it? Kate began to pray. "Dear God," she asked, "do you exist?" Kate waited for an answer, but no answer came. Then she asked again, "Dear God, do you exist? And if you do exist, could you tell me if I live a meaningful life?" But again, no answer. Maybe, thought Kate, she should give it some time. And so Kate started to devote her life to God. She began to read the Holy Bible. She started to pray, and she asked God to forgive her sins. But she also asked God many questions. For example, she asked him many times if he really existed, if he could show himself to her, or if he could at least answer some of her bloody questions. But not a single answer ever came. It was as if God was always too busy to talk to her or something. Kate's faith in God started to crumble. But everyone deserved a second chance, thought Kate. And that's what she did. She gave God one more chance. "Dear God, if you exist, please deposit £1 billion on my bank account. My bank account number is GB42 HBSC 4224 5428 764242. And over the following days, Kate checked her bank account several times. But of course, there was no God. How could she have been so foolish? This world, thought Kate one day, this world is terrible. It is a place of evil and unfairness. That's why the world is meaningless. Maybe, she thought, she could do a thing or two to make this terrible world a little bit better. Kate began to work on a plan, a 5-year plan to improve this world. She would call it Kate's Giant Leap Forward. First of all, the world needed a few good rules. For example, every human is equal. Everyone should share their goods and money with each other. Furthermore, everyone should be nice to each other. And after that, many more rules followed. She even had a name for her ideology, Cateism. It was perfect. She could almost see the glorious future. A Cateist England where everyone is equal and happy. No one would oppress one another anymore, and the world would no longer be meaningless. Cateist England would lead the world to greatness. Now the time had come to trigger the revolution. As soon as the people would learn about her brilliant ideas, they would wake up and overthrow the world's evil institutions, and then the world would finally be free. But wait. How was she going to trigger the revolution? And then it dawned on her. The internet. On the internet, she could send her brilliant ideas all over the world. And then the revolution would occur very soon. Kate uploaded her plans online. She made her own website, katetunism.co.uk. She created a Twitter account and, of course, made a Facebook page. She also uploaded her plans to several forums because everyone should know about this great revolution that will change the world. But the following day, when Kate went online to see if the revolution had already begun, she made a very unpleasant discovery. All sorts of people left angry comments on her glorious plans. One fellow argued that Kate's plans would never work. Another one said that the rules she made were flawed and contradictory. And then there was someone who said that her mother was a hamster. But worst of all, she only got 2 likes on her Facebook page. And after that, Kate was done with it. If everyone wanted to live in a world of evil and misery, they would have to, because Kate was absolutely done with it. They would just have to stick with the old, Katetunismless, boring, stupid and meaningless world.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Will it take
2,
some wind from
3,
the sailboat,
4.
and it could
1,
be
2,
4
3,
It could get the
4,
railroad for
5,
these
6.
workers, and it could
1,
be what
2,
it is.
3,
It could
4,
Frankie.
5,
It could be
6,
Frankie.
7,
It could
8.
be very fresh and clean.
2,
It could be
3,
a balloon.
4. 1,
Oh, these are
2,
the days, my
3,
friends.
4,
These are the days,
5,
my friends.
6. 1,
It could get
2,
some wind for the
3,
sailboat,
4,
and it could get
5,
what it is.
6,
It could
7,
get the
8.
railroad for these workers, and
2,
it could get
3,
what it is
4.
worth.
1,
It could be a
2,
balloon.
3,
It could
4,
be Frankie.
5,
It could
6.
be very fresh and clean.
2,
Oh,
3,
these are the
4,
days, my
5,
friends.
6,
And these are the
7,
days, my
8.
friends. Will it
2,
get some wind
3,
for the
4.
sailboat? It could
1,
get those
2,
porters.
3,
Get the
4,
railroad for
5,
these workers.
6.
Could be a balloon. It could be
2,
Frankie. It could be
3,
very fresh.
4,
These are your
5,
days, my friends.
6,
Could get some
7,
gasoline
8.
shorters, friends.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is the absurd life of Kate. Useless and meaningless. But it didn't matter to Kate anymore. There was no need for panic. Everyone's life is meaningless in the grand scale of everything and the narrow slice of human existence. In the end, all human endeavours will be reduced into nothingness by the endless uncertainty of a black future. But it all didn't matter, because Kate was happy.